Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, 𝖢𝖥𝖣yi, head currency analyst. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, as price could be approaching a key level of support. So we're looking at it from a technical point of view, but we're going to add a little bit of fundamental context around this as to why we could still see potentially a move down. Now we can see we had some jobs data today. We had the JOLTS job openings data. Now, if you don't know what the jobs openings is, then you can see it's just a number of jobs openings during the reported month, excluding the farming industry. And actual is greater than forecast is good for the currency. So we can actually see that we've come in higher than previous. We were at 9.75 million, coming at 10.10 million. You know, a tighter labour market is going to be considered by the Federal Reserve, and we probably will see the Federal Reserve hike once more. We are starting to lean towards that. There are some data points out there that are suggesting that the Fed could hike once more before we see a pause in those interest rates. Now, there are other people calling for the Fed to pause now. That's mainly in the US banking sector. However, they are still above their 2% targets, and I think that the Fed may be going to push one more rate hike, and that's probably why, again, we're seeing the US dollar continue to strengthen. And now if the US dollar is going to continue to strengthen, then the price of the Australian dollar versus the US dollar could continue down to support. If I just quickly flick over to the US dollar index, you can see that we're largely approaching that 105 level. This is something that we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks now, and this is where I largely expect price to head for the US dollar index. So in that case, we should be looking at anything against the US dollar as a potential short, or traders should be looking for long dollar moves. Now that includes a potential short here on Aussie US dollar, and Aussie US dollar has recently traded outside of a key range. You can see we've got the range lows at the 0 spot 65.75 and the range highs at the 0 spot 68 handle. So we've broken down through there. We looked at the potential for the market to retest this zone before seeing a continuation, because if we go to that weekly chart, we had a really nice weekly close, and we discussed the potential for a retest around about 65.75 for a continuation if you did look at the week ahead analysis video. So if we look at that on a 4-hour time frame, what does that look like? Well, it looks like prices pull back into that key area in here, and look, we've rejected multiple occasions. We've had 1, 2, 3 rejections, and price has traded to the downside. So for me, this is suggesting that we're back into that daily impulsive phase to the downside. When price does that impulsive phase here on the lower time frames, we'll see a downward trend form. So this is where I now start to engage with the market and look for potentials for that to form. So if I just zoom in a little bit here, let me just go one more. You can see that the market has started to create all these lows in here, for instance, all these retests in there. So one thing that we can do is we can mark up those sort of retests in here. We can talk about the potential break. Now, on the live stream yesterday, I talked about looking for this close here. So we discussed the potential for traders to get short around this candlestick here, and you can see after the fact price has moved around about 40 pips in our favor at the moment. So looking for that continuation to the downside there, but if price is going to pull back, it could offer us an opportunity. So one thing we can look at are these previous lows here around about the 0 spot 65 handle, and I'll be looking in particular on an hourly time frame, because if price can come back into that area here, so maybe just like a sort of mini upward trend, reject in there, that could offer traders another opportunity to get short on Aussie US dollar, with the intention of targeting the next level of support. And that next level of support, let me just change the properties here, sorry guys, the next level of support is down at this 0 spot 64 handle. That's where I'm expecting price to head to if the dollar index is going to continue to head towards that 105 handle. So that's what I'm looking for there on Aussie US dollar. Hopefully that made sense. If it did, leave this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not subscribed already. It really means a lot to us if you do that. And I will speak to you in a live stream tomorrow. We're going to be talking about my favorite trading pattern and a potential strategy that you can develop. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.